Hey everybody, Corey down here for another episode of Winning the Weekly, a little drafting guide I'm doing for every weekly. This is Green Blood number 2, and this is June 23rd, 2023, and I believe this came out on June 22nd, but I had a surprise root canal. Remember to brush your teeth, because those are painful. Yeah, so I didn't really get this out until a little bit later. But yeah. Enough about me. Let's get into this. Get that Tula card back for you. Alright, weekly modifiers this week. Lethal Poison. Poison deals 50% more damage, but loses all charges at the end of the turn. This is mostly going to affect enemies, as you're not going to have much source of poison in your run, unless you get something like a yellow or purple Fan of Knives. So, very dangerous on the Hydra fight, but not so much elsewhere. Consider a lot of dispels on Nezglekt. Poverty is Golden's charge is reduced by 30%. That's less fun. Overcharged monsters is actually a lot more dangerous than it seems, where all monsters have +1 to their charges, and this includes effects like evasion, so it can be very scary. Fast Heroes is great for you. Hero speed +1. And then spiritual monsters, Holy Shadow Mind resist +10%. Usually pretty bad for this team. And wealthy heroes, you start out with more money, so that's great. Let's get into this. General game plan that I used was Gustav Sharp to the Moon. And he's got a lot of cards good for that. And Wilbur as his shock build, because shock builds are broken in most weeklies when Wilbur's on the team. Another thing to consider is not having Gustav go before Wilbur, and somehow getting Wilbur above Gustav in speed, because he's got a lot of support cards, and that lets Gustav pop off more. But yeah. Alright, let's go open up the draft, and let me get myself out of here, and bring up this. So I'm going to be linking this, as always. In the description below, you can check the card list that I've made for each character if you just want to look at these without the markings on them. Alright, and as always, the top cards are if you take the cards before reroll, and these are after reroll. So if you want this commander pack down here with the Throbolas, you're going to have to click reroll pack and then pick it up. On Magnus, I have two different ones, where green is a more rushdown build. But if you're feeling like you want to do more defensive cards for your friends and or team, I have this blue build for you as well, with the Entrench commander with the push forward. And then both packs get this random for the Enrage, mostly. I think the Enrage is kind of worth all those cards. Let's move on to Gustav. Gustav, I pick up Bard in both cases because of... Hold on, let me minimize this for a second so I stop making the clicky noises whenever I hover over it. I get this Bard in both cases because of the Eternal Lullaby is one of my favorite cards, especially on Gustav, since you can automatically play that first turn always. The Scoundrel, I think, is one of the better things in the pack, so I always pick these two and the blue. Hidden Weapons is amazing, especially when you have a Sharpening Knives, and I believe there's a second Sharpening Knife you can get like really early on from one of the fights if you go a certain way. And the Wicked Craftsman is pretty much another discover a Sharpening Knife, since it allows you to discover a small weapon and discount it by 2. So it's great. And then up here I gave you a choice between Random for the Fan of Knives or Scald for more songs like Chain of Initiative, Whispering Lies, and Sweet Melody. Alright, let's move to Wilbur. Wilbur, I have two different things as well. I have one that's a little more RNG focused because I love this Librarian and love the Scroll of Intellect. But I also have a Tempest here, which is if you want a more plain build that's just shock and get you Superconductor, but still I'll take both these Aeromancer and Random packs for your other two packs. Mostly for the Electricity Manual and Shock Nova, both great cards. And then you also have Purple Clear Instructions, which I think is worth also taking. And Firestorm's not that bad, even though you're not going to be taking fire damage. Last but not least is Nezglekt. I have both of my builds here picking Seer. for the Expected Prophecy and Fortune Telling, because the once upgraded, those cards are insane on Nezglekt. Now, the build I went with was blue, because I am a big blue prescription fan. And, like, I love this card. Discover 3 healing spells and place one into your hand. You get so many Sacred Ceremonies, you get so many AoE heal for 20, 30 plus. And you can even get Heavenly Blessing out of it, which is insane. And then I know a lot of people don't like using Yellow Fanaticism because it hurts yourself a lot. So you can swap that out for Mentalist or Friar. And if you don't want to use Blue Prescription, which I understand that you don't like being at the whims of RNG, you can always pick up Friar, which still Sparkle Life is RNG, but it's very consistent RNG with the Jump 5 plus 25%. Alright, so let me go ahead and put that away and get back to showing you an example draft. Alright. With Magnus, we will go the defensive build. And take that push forward. So we're going to want speed, fast, slow, vulnerable. Because of the Captain's Cell. I almost always take vulnerable anyways. I usually don't find this +2 block that useful. Because it's only like 4 to 6 block a turn. I guess it's more with that entrench and stuff, but yeah. I don't find it as useful as fast and slow. Let's go with Gustav. I'm going to get that first random pack, and then reroll to this Bard pack, and this amazing Scoundrel pack. And we're going to grab that Eternal Lullaby. For Gustav, speed. Actually going to grab Insanity. I want Gustav going a little bit slower, so I'm just grab max HP for survivability and powerful for anytime he gets anything that could be self-powerful. Since he is going to be our main DPS carry. Alright, Wilbur, I'm going to reroll packs and take Airmancer, Scribe, and Random. And we're taking that lovely, lovely Librarian. And definitely take Spark Charges, Speed. And I'll take HP and probably Shock Damage. Powerful is also a good option too, because he starts out with a powerful item. And you always want to like get something that'll benefit your starting item in most cases. So Nez, I am definitely going to take the Zealot. And then reroll for the Devotee and Seer. And get that blue prescription. And let's go ahead and grab Speed, Insanity, Sight, HP. Probably Heal +2 would have been better because of things like Spark of Life. And let's see here. Magic Tome I'm going to put on Wilbur, so he gets some draw. Mana Potion I'm going to put on Gustav, so he gets more energy to work with on his second turn, which is also going to be a great turn for him. And then Handbook I am going to put on Nezglekt because he has primarily skills. And then pass on Magnus for the money. Alright, I'm going to go up here and do a fight just to show the general game plan. So, I think this Curse of Vulnerability is amazing, so no reason not to take it, because 7 Vulnerability is a lot of extra damage. Alright, we start off with the Captain's Hell. We're going to bluff before we battle plan so we can dig deeper. And we are going to probably rend and push forward. Or Colossal Bow alone, push forward is also good. I forgot that this guy's immune to bleed, so rend would be bad. And the power of hidden weapons. But this is actually the one turn we don't want to play it, because we're going to get one cost Sharpening Knife and a Shiv from that. And I think we want to just Eternal Lullaby this first turn. Just because it's 30 damage everywhere. Could have been good to Power Slave into all that stuff. Alright. So Librarian, what do we get? You know what, let's have some fun. Let's do Encyclopedia. We can get a Flame Strike and a Curse of Frailty. How much was that Flame Strike I just put in? 4 cost. So if we draw something now, it wouldn't be worth playing. Or we wouldn't be able to play the Flame Strike. So we're just going to play Scroll of Energy on Nezglekt and pass the turn. We can fortune telling the Wilbur. Get rid of all those. And I'm just going to Panacea. And Fade. As with most weeklies, there is probably a way to do this fight in one turn, but I'm going for a more consistent build this week, rather than just a Bunga Bunga score. Alright. So we can Wicked Craftsman into a Sharpening Knife, like I said. You can just throw that at the back there, and then we can get this Fanning Lance that does a big amount to most enemies. And then just throw Shiv. But yeah, it probably would have been better to do the Sharpening Knife play first turn. But yeah, we get a discounted Flame Strike or Shock and Open. We can also twin scroll that over to Nezglekt. And we can even clear instructions for more stuff like a Cauterize. And just burn Magnus some more. Alright. Probably not the best idea to copy over Flame Strike, but a fun idea nonetheless. We can just propane it into Vampiric Touch to finish it off. But that, like I said, that prescription is going to be able to keep you up pretty well as Magnus's defenses. Nothing really good here. We'll just take that Noble Shield from Magnus and roll everything else. But yeah, that is winning the weekly this week. I hope y'all got some good knowledge out of that. And have a great day, evening, night. And remember, brush your teeth, do all that good stuff. Take care of yourselves. And so long, farewell. If you're having problems, just let me know and I will do my best to help. Bye-bye.